Richard Dallum Holway, 1938. December 18th, 1956. Because I wanted to get on the GI Bill, and I joined because my father was in the service and I thought it was the thing to do. United States Navy, because I joined the reserves in early 56, because there was a certain time you could get the GI Bill if you joined before it went out of fashion or off the law. And if I did, then I could get the GI Bill, a radarman. Probably my most memorable moment was in '57 Christmas when we had some Japanese orphans aboard, and I had a 12 or 13-year-old little girl, and she didn't eat all her food. We served them, we had regular like Thanksgiving type food, turkey and ham and so on. Didn't eat all her food, and I was sort of pushed her a little bit and wondered why she didn't eat all her food. At the very end, she opened a little, she had a scarf wrapped in it, a sardine can, a large sardine can, in which she placed all her extra food in there to take it back home with her. Eat later on. My father always told me to eat everything on your plate and that type of thing, you know. And there's always people that are well off, less well off than you are, and just maybe think about that. Worst thing that I can remember, there was actually a couple, but the one I remember the most was when I was side painting about 13 stories up, about 40 feet up from the catwalk. Probably was maybe only 25, you know, a story, fish gets longer. And I was side painting on a board, how they do like painting the side of a tall building. And I had a safety line on, which probably kept me from killing myself or being killed. And I was painting the number way up on the top part of the ship there on the stack, and the hook crystallized and snapped on my side and went down. I was on that side, and I hit the catwalk and bounced inside and had a life jacket on, which also kept me from getting my chest all screwed up. And I landed on the catwalk, otherwise I'd have gone down and would have hit the bars and I'd been dead. Then they made me get back up and crawl up there again so I wouldn't be scared of high places, but I still have a fear of high places. USS Boxer, CVS-21, was designated for submarine warfare. They had ADs and S2Fs, no jets on there when I was on there. Before us they had jets, and had a big fire in 1952. And then after that changed from the larger type ship to ship made a smaller ship, smaller carrier. Same, seaman. I think I went as seaman apprentice, came out seaman. I didn't care about anything about moving up in any ranks or anything like that. I just wanted to get in, do my couple of years and get out, that's all. And I would have gotten out 2 years later because it would have been December again, but they let us out 2 months early. So that made us right after Christmas a few days, so they let me out a few days before Christmas. So I actually did like a year and 10 months after going to the reserves for a year. And so when we got out, we didn't even have to go to any more reserve meetings, so that worked out pretty good. No, I thought it was terrific to be able to go to Japan and Hong Kong, places I'd probably never be able to go my whole life, and even Hawaii at the time because my parents didn't have much money, and we didn't even have a car, so it was fun to be able to travel and see the things go around the world, which is one of the reasons I wanted to go to the Navy, because the Army, you know, I didn't particularly feel like, you know, the Marines getting down in the ditch and shooting a gun and killing people. Wasn't into that, you know. And it was nice, you know. We had, on the way back from Hawaii, we had 4 on and 24 off. It's pretty good duty, you know. 4 on and 24 hours off. I got to see snows at Kilimanjaro, not Kilimanjaro, excuse me, Mount Fuji. That was pretty neat because our racks and bunks were on the back of the ship, the fantail, the rear of the fantail. We used to always sit on the back and watch the sunsets, sunrises, and all that kind of thing. And that was neat. Remember Mount Fujiyama all covered with snow. That was pretty impressive. We got to go to Hong Kong, see Tiger Bomb Gardens, Repulse Bay Hotel, was pretty neat. And in Japan, Kamakura, Buddha Kamakura, Nagasaki, Yokosuka, Sasebo, Kobe, all the industrial cities. And that day I was very impressionable. I was only, like I said, 17 years old. It was fun walking down the streets, and they'd have all the hookers stand in front of all the bars, and we used to go in there and have something to drink. They called me Cherry Boy-san because I didn't drink and I never got drunk and I never got laid. So they put a cherry in my drink all the time, and I ended up coming back the same way. Still a virgin, still didn't get drunk, and never didn't get a tattoo. But I saw a lot of guys get tattoos, a lot of guys get venereal disease, and I was brought up at that time. It was a good thing to wait, and a lot of guys came back after 3 months gone, and there were a lot of people waiting for them, their wives and girlfriends and so on. They couldn't even go on deck or go on liberty because they had venereal disease, and they had to spend 30 days on the ship. So before I was in the service, I went to college 1 year, actually 1 semester. And in high school I was in a school band. And we used to march in a lot of parades, and we'd stand there and we'd see people not stand up when the flag go by and things of that nature. And my dad, like I said, he was in the service, and I went in the service because I thought that was the thing to do. I was hoping my sons would go, and it turned out that they didn't. They didn't really have to go. But I was always proud of the kids that went in, and proud of the kids that go in now. Because I just think, you know, if it wasn't for my dad and his dad and his dad, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do today. Have liberty and rights that we have today. And I get so disturbed. Probably my biggest thing that irritates me more than anything in the world is when I go to football games. And like I've announced some football games, I look down the crowd and kids are down there talking during the Star Spangled Banner, or not behaving properly, or still wearing a hat. Same thing as I see in parades. That really bothers me when I can always tell when a guy's a vet because of a football game. Ironically, talking about a vet, I'm not allowed to be in the veterans group in Glendale because they said I was not in the service during a war, which is sort of weird. They wanted me to get in there real bad because they knew I could help them with their group there, because I know a lot of people and have a little bit of knowledge about what's going on in the city because I lived there my whole life, and thought I could publicize them, which they wanted to do, and make it a bigger Legion, the American Legion there. But one guy said that technically I couldn't go in because I wasn't in during a war, which didn't make me, although I have and I am considered a veteran, I get all the advantages of a veteran and everything else, but they would not, not legally could get in the Legion, so which I thought was sort of interesting. But here again, when I talk about the games and the things, and you can always tell a guy's been in the service because they stand there at attention. Usually their hands at their side or behind their back. Some salute, some put their hands over their heart. And just for that few seconds they pay attention to the flag when it goes by, because it means more to them, I think, than the normal guys. So I'm proud of my relative, Tyler, and all the other guys that are out there doing the thing that I had to do, and hopefully somebody will do the same thing for them. Otherwise we don't have a free world.
This is Wendy. I just wanted to say a few words about my dad. My dad is my mentor. He basically, I think, well, along with my mom, but made me who I am today. I just really admire my dad's giving spirit and how he volunteers and gives a lot to people and helps people whenever he can. And he's always been there for me no matter what, through everything I've gone through in my life. And I just love him dearly. I was really worried when he had his heart attack, and I just, every day I have him here, I just treasure it because he just means a lot to me. I love you, Dad.
2 minutes remaining. The score 50 for Texas and 48 for the Thunderbirds. Donnie Young for the Thunderbirds. Rosie Bardwell for Texas. Bardwell the high side and she's down on her pancake. That's right, down on her pancake. Her backside. Oh, this gal isn't infinitesimal. I tell you, she's good looking, Elmer. 7:40 remaining on the clock, and Ronnie Psycho reigns. He'll blow those balloons. He'll blow your mind. This man's crazy. Incorrect. We got the correct score now, 57 to 54. All right. Oh, me, oh, my. So much excitement going on here. It's so fast and furious. You never know what's going on. I'm getting confused myself. I'm getting so excited, Elmer. I'm trying to watch this game, call this game, enjoy the game, and you get a Poco Loco Psycho biting them, tearing them up, rushing around here. It's unbelievable.